Welcome to Psychology Jeopardy! Today we have 3 contestants, Tejas, Kabir, and Moses. These 3 will compete for a special surprise at the end. Each player can choose one category to pick a question from, and if they do not get the question right, then the next person will answer.
Alright, I choose Appendix B for $200.
Give me an example of positive correlation.
As hours of studying increases, so do grades.
Great job. Next person.
Can I get chapter 8 for 500?
What is semantic slanting?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
Is it a way of making a statement so that it causes a specific emotional reaction?
Great job. Next person.
I'll take chapter 3 for 200.
What is an antagonist?
Is it something that prevents a neurotransmitter from doing its purpose?
Great job. Next person.
Can I have Appendix B for 400?
For something to be statistically significant, what does the p-value need to be?
I'm gonna say 0.05 or less.
Great job. Next person.
I'd like to select chapter 5 for 500.
Describe the condition of narcolepsy.
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
Is it a condition in which a person falls asleep at random points during the day?
Great job. Next person.
I'll take chapter 6 for 300.
Describe an operant chamber, also known as Skinner's box.
Is it an enclosure in which an animal's responses are recorded and its consequences are controlled?
Great job. Next person.
I choose chapter 1 and 2 for $300.
Name the branch of medicine specialized in treating people with psychological problems or disorders.
I'm gonna say psychiatry.
Great job. Next person.
I choose chapter 7 for 500.
What is pseudo-forgetting?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
Pseudo-forgetting is when you forget something that you never knew in the first place.
Great job. Next person.
I'll take chapter 8 for 300.
What is a mental shortcut that relies on immediate examples coming to mind?
Is it an availability heuristic?
Great job. Next person.
Can I have chapter 3 for 400?
What is the process of destroying a portion of the brain to see which portion of behavior it affects?
Is it lesioning?
Great job. Next person.
Can I get chapter 6 for 500?
Describe evaluative conditioning.
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
It is changes in the linking of stimulus when paired with another positive or negative stimulus.
Great job. Next person.
I'll take chapter 7 for 400.
What is the term for a group of familiar stimuli such as CIA or FBI?
What is chunk?
Great job. Next person.
Can I take chapter 6 for 100?
Who created the law of effect that says actions change based on consequences?
I'm gonna say Thorndike.
Great job. Next person.
I'd like to pick chapter 1 and 2 for 500.
What is Charles Darwin best known for?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
Natural selection.
Great job. Next person.
I'll take Appendix B for 300.
What is the median of a data set?
Is it the middle of a set of numbers?
Great job. Next person.
I have chapter 3 for 300.
What part of the brain processes auditory functions?
I'm gonna go with the temporal lobe.
Great job. Next person.
Can I get Appendix B for 500?
Does correlation imply causation?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
No, it does not.
Great job, next person.
I'll take chapter 5 for 200.
What does REM sleep stand for?
A rapid eye movement.
Great job, next person.
Take chapter 5 for 400.
What does an EEG stand for?
Electroencephalograph.
Great job, next person.
I'd like to pick chapter 4 for 500.
Are rods located outside or inside the fovea?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
They're inside the fovea.
Great job, next person. Name one type of brainwave.
A beta wave.
Great job, next person.
Take Appendix B for 100.
Define variability.
Okay, it's how much the scores vary or depart from the mean.
Great job, next person.
Can I do 1 and 2 for 500?
What is it called when one observes the behavior of someone without changing their actions?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
Come.
Is it naturalistic observation?
Great job, next person.
I'll take chapter 7 for 500.
Which type of amnesia causes the inability to form new memories?
The answer is anterograde amnesia.
Great job, next person.
Chapter 1 and 2 for 400.
Describe positive psychology.
Alright, it's the use of theory or / research to better understand the positive, adapted, and creative and more fulfilling parts of the human experience.
Great job, next person.
Can I get chapter 4 for 300, please?
Action.
For an absolute threshold, the stimulus must be detected what % of the time?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
50% of the time.
Great job, next person.
I choose chapter 7 for 300.
Action.
What is a method of remembering in which you make a visual map of a place and remember objects you placed in that area?
The answer would be the Palace of Loci.
Great job, next person.
Chapter 5 for 300.
What is one evolutionary basis for sleep?
Yes, one of the reasons would be to conserve energy.
Great job, next person.
Chapter 1 and 2 for 100.
What is an in-depth investigation of a single subject?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
The answer would be a case study.
Great job, next person.
I'll take chapter 1 and 2 for 200.
What is basing your opinions on other cultures based on your own called?
The answer is ethnocentrism.
Great job, next person.
I choose chapter 8 for 100.
What is the period of time in which children are able to learn language called?
I'm gonna go with the critical period.
Great job, next person.
Can I get chapter 7 for 200, please?
What is it called when you actively try to remember something?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
I'm gonna go with explicit memory.
Great job, next person. If a dog is presented with meat and salivates, what is the unconditioned stimulus?
The unconditioned stimulus is the meat.
Great job, next person.
I'll take chapter 6 for 400.
What does a UCR stand for?
Unconditioned response.
Great job, next person.
I want to take chapter 3 for 100.
What are DNA sequences that serve as functional components of hereditary traits?
I believe the correct answer is genes.
Great job, next person.
I'll take chapter 5 for 100.
What are sleep spindles?
Sleep spindles are brief bursts of high-frequency waves during stage 2 of sleep.
Great job, next person.
I'll take chapter 4 for 200.
What theory states that the human eye has sensitivities to red, green, and blue?
The trichromatic theory.
Great job. Next person.
Can I get chapter 8 for 200, please?
What is a cognitive bias that limits a person to only being able to use an object in the way that it is traditionally used?
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. Now the turn will go to the next person.
I'm gonna go with functional fixedness.
Great job. Next person. And for the final question on the board, what is the hypothesis that language shapes the way we think?
I'm gonna have to say the Whorf linguistic relativity hypothesis.
Now we'll begin the final Jeopardy round. The contestants will have one question to answer. They will be able to wager any amount of the money they have currently. If they get the question right, it will double the points they currently have. However, if they get it wrong, their points will go to 0. If any contestants have 0 points, then they'll be given an extra 100 just to compete in this round. The last question, identify this person. He's frequently referred to as the father of psychoanalytical theory. He believed that the unconscious affects people's behavior greatly. He was a strong advocate for counseling and believed patients should talk about their lives. And they thought that by talking about their problems, the root of their problems would eventually come out.
I'm betting everything.
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 My answer was Ivan Pavlov.
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
I'm gonna go with Martin Seligman.
I'm sorry, that's wrong.
I'm gonna go with Sigmund Freud.
Great job. Congratulations to Tejas for winning the show.